Hey everyone, welcome back for another news snippet from JBell Entertainment TV. Welcome back everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Always ready.
Okay, awesome. So, a lot of you have been asking about this weather situation brewing down in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's got the potential to be quite a story.
Right, and that's exactly how we're going to approach this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to follow this thing, see how it develops from just, a tropical depression to maybe, possibly, a full-blown hurricane.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we've been checking out some recent reports, just keeping an eye on it. And it looks like this depression is, about 195 miles south of Kingston, Jamaica.
Yep. And if you're looking at Grand Cayman, it's sitting about 400 miles southeast of there.
Right. So Monday morning, and this is where we're at, it's a tropical depression just kind of swirling around out there.
Right now, wind speed's sitting at about 35 miles per hour.
Okay. So what's next? What's the next chapter in this, meteorological saga?
I like that. Okay, so for this to graduate from a tropical depression to a tropical storm, those winds need to pick up just a bit. Got to hit 39 miles per hour.
Okay, that doesn't seem like a huge jump.
It's not in the grand scheme of things. But when it hits 74 miles per hour, that's when things get serious. That's when it officially becomes a hurricane. And it gets a name.
And this one, if it gets that far, we're looking at Hurricane Rafael.
Exactly, Hurricane Rafael.
So as of right now, it's looking like our little depression is gaining some strength. Where is it headed?
Current models show it tracking near Jamaica by Monday evening.
Okay.
From there, it's likely to move towards the Cayman Islands, hitting them sometime on Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, it could be knocking on Cuba's door.
And by then, it could be a hurricane.
It very well could be.
Wow. All right. So the story is definitely heating up here. What does this mean for the folks in its path? In Jamaica, the Caymans, Cuba?
Well, they're in for a serious soaking. Jamaica and Cuba especially. We're talking rainfall amounts anywhere from 3 to 6 inches.
Whoa.
And some areas could see up to 9 inches of rain.
That's a lot of rain.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of damage are we talking about here with that much rain?
You're looking at widespread flooding, streets turning into rivers, homes being threatened by rising waters, and in the mountainous areas, you always have to worry about mudslides.
Yeah, those could be really dangerous.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got this storm, it's gaining power, and it's on a collision course with some pretty populated areas.
Yeah.
What happens next? What's the next chapter in this weather drama?
Well, that's where things get a little murkier, a little less predictable.
Yeah.
Some models are suggesting that the heavy rains could push north, impacting Florida and maybe even parts of the southeastern U.S. later in the week. But it's not a sure thing.
Okay. A lot of our listeners are in the Gulf Coast. What does this mean for them? Are they going to be impacted by this? By potentially Hurricane Rafael?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? And unfortunately, it's one we don't have a clear answer to just yet. There's a lot of disagreement among the models about what this storm is going to do once it enters the Gulf of Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. Some show it curving back around towards Florida. Others have it continuing west, maybe even heading towards Texas.
So the entire Gulf Coast needs to be on alert right now.
Absolutely. From Texas all the way over to Florida. Everyone needs to keep a close eye on this thing and be prepared for anything.
That's good advice. It's like you said earlier, it's a story that keeps you guessing, keeps you on the edge of your seat.
That's weather for you. You can track the science, you can follow the data, but there's always that element of unpredictability that makes it so fascinating.
It's true. We started with this little blip on the radar, this little tropical depression, and now it's a potential hurricane that could impact millions of people across multiple countries.
Yeah, it really highlights how interconnected weather systems are, how events in one part of the world can have a ripple effect across a whole region, even a whole continent.
Right. This whole thing has got me thinking, how does understanding the science behind these storms, behind hurricanes, how does that change how we prepare for them, how we respond to them?
That's a great question, and I think it's one we all need to consider.
I agree. We're going to keep following this story, this potential Hurricane Rafael, and we'll keep you updated as things develop. But in the meantime, stay informed, listen to the experts, and heed any warnings from local authorities.
Stay safe out there, everyone.
Absolutely. From JBell Entertainment TV,
Stay curious.
and keep those questions coming.